Madam Speaker, I rise today in honor of the National Day of Prayer next week on May the 5th. The United States has always been a nation of prayer. From our very first settlers to our founding fathers, our leaders have understood the power of prayer and have consistently called the nation to prayer during times of consequence, adversity, conflict, and crisis. Since the first call to prayer in 1775, when the Continental Congress asked the colonists to pray for wisdom as they worked to form a nation, the call to prayer has continued through our history. First officially established by an act of Congress and signed into law by President Harry S. Truman in 1952, the National Day of Prayer is a vital part of our country's heritage, and prayer remains very important in strengthening the fabric of our society today. I would venture to say that 90% of our country's challenges, everything from drug addiction to suicides to infidelity to the breakdown of the family to fraud to the coarseness and vulgarity of the language we see every day on television and witness in our own communities, and even political divisiveness, all are a direct result of a moral and spiritual decline that can only be reversed by our willingness to come before God, acknowledge our sinful nature, and turn our hearts back to Him. Only then will healing begin and divisions subside. For the hubris of sin distorts our views of truth and creates divisions even among those with whom we agree most of the time. Our founding fathers understood the sinful nature of man. That is, in fact, why they devised a government designed to disperse power by creating three equal branches. Even the U.S. Congress, which is one of those branches, the legislative branch, has two very different bodies with different rules and different aims to help ensure that the minority voice is not trampled, that it is at least heard if it cannot be accommodated. Now, many ask me when we are going to fix Washington. My reply is always this: when we fix our home life, when we fix our churches, when we fix our communities, Washington will fix itself. Those of us who have the honor of serving in Congress are, after all, a reflection of our constituency, as designed by our founders, and therefore, the two bodies of Congress are no more and no less than a microcosm of society. So on the National Day of Prayer, let us all join in prayer for our families, our communities, our state, and our nation. May we pray for forgiveness, to seek the face of God and to turn from our inherently sinful ways. For when we do, we will hear, we will learn, we will communicate, and unhealthy traps of division of all stripes will fall away. Through the power of prayer, we will achieve a renewing of our mind, a renewing of our commitment to that which is honorable and virtuous, a renewing of the family, our societal structure, and a renewing of this great nation we call the United States of America, the greatest lamp of liberty and beacon of freedom, prosperity, and generosity ever known to mankind.